Do you want to know how to move to Spain? Are you a UK citizen? Or any non-EU citizen? Is it even possible to move to Spain since Brexit?
It's easy if you're British.
Not anymore.
Why not?
Stick around and you'll find out. Welcome to YouTooSpain. Let's dance! Hi, I'm Scats from YouTooSpain, and with the help of this very important man, I'm going to clear up some frequently asked questions about moving to Spain.
Get on with it then, I have refugees to drown.
No, you don't, Colonel. You work in a little antique shop.
Everything's old.
Yes, you've still got one of those old passports, haven't you?
It's red and it says EU on it. Does that mean I'm a Johnny foreigner?
No, don't worry. You're not an EU citizen anymore.
Of course not. I'm British.
Which means you're now a citizen of what's called a third country.
Third? Britain is first. We got our country back.
I never knew you'd lost it.
Filthy Euro-bureaucrats took it away from us. I didn't vote for them.
So now you want to move there?
Yes, got a diggy knee and the sea air will do me the world of good.
OK, nothing hypocritical there then. You do know that things are different for British immigrants now.
Immigrants? I'm not an immigrant. I'm an expat.
You will be an immigrant if you move to Spain permanently. That's what it means.
Does that mean I have to go to Spain in a dinghy?
No, not unless you really want to. Let me tell you what you have to do. First of all, are you going to be retired?
Not yet. I'm not an antique.
So you want to find a job?
I'm going to work in a high-class antique jewellery shop, selling the very best trinkets. I have a talent for it, you know.
Unfortunately, since Brexit, you can't just turn up and get a job.
Why not? I've got awards for selling old things. Grandmama now belongs to an Arab prince in Baghdad.
Sorry, it's the rules. You need a special visa whether you want to work or not.
I know a bishop who has a super yacht permanently moored in Estepona. I'm sure he'll make me captain.
It's not as easy as that anymore. First of all, he has to offer the job to EU citizens and prove he's done that.
And then can I be captain?
Well, then he has to sponsor you and do all of the paperwork to get your visa for you. There's a lot of jumping through hoops.
He did used to be a gymnast.
That's unusual for a bishop.
He's very nimble.
I see. I hope he's very good at paperwork too.
No, but he's very good at burying people.
Maybe he's not your best option then.
What if I open my own shop of expensive things?
Then you'll need to apply for a self-employment or entrepreneur's visa.
That sounds more like it. Where do I apply?
You could go to one of the 3 Spanish consulates in your country of residence.
Britain?
That's right, whichever consulate is nearest.
London, of course. I don't believe in the north.
I can assure you it does exist.
Yes, but does it matter?
If it wasn't there, London would be closer to Scotland.
Foreigners in kilts?
Yes. Shall I continue?
Go on then.
Thank you. You can also apply for the self-employment visa from inside Spain while you're there on holiday.
I don't like tourists.
First, you fill in the application form with all of your great qualifications.
I don't need qualifications. I've worked with these hands all my life. I was furniture maker to the Queen, you know.
Well, that might help, if it was true. If you'd been working successfully at a trade for many years.
Her Majesty used to gasp in admiration at my fluted legs.
You'd also need a very strong business plan, of course.
My father never had a plan, and now he's the King of Sweden.
What?
If you don't ask, you never get.
I see. You'd also need the following: the finances to back up your business, money to live on while you're getting started, and you need to show how your business benefits the local community, provides work for people, and doesn't act in competition with an existing Spanish business in the area. So it needs to be different.
Different is my middle name. It was always stamped on my school report.
They also need to know you're going to not only survive but thrive in your business, and that you won't need to get money from the state.
I will succeed instantly, and then I will retire.
Now there's a different visa for retirement.
Another visa? How many of the infernal things do I need?
Only one, but if you were already retired and wanted to move to Spain, you'd need what's called the non-lucrative visa. Some people call it the retirement visa because it's mostly retired people who apply for it.
Purely out of interest, you understand. Let's say I'd been retired from the antique shop because of an incident with an 18th century poker. Purely hypothetical, of course. What would I need for this non-lucrative thingamajig?
You'd need enough money to live on.
Oh, is that all? Well, I do have the proceeds of the Duchy of Cornwall to fall back on.
No, you're not the Prince of Wales, Colonel. Now, the financial requirement can be savings or any kind of passive income, like a pension, for example.
I do have some squirrels moneyed away for a rainy day.
There's a minimum amount you need to have as a third country citizen.
And how much is the minimum?
It's €28,800 a year at the moment.
28,000, eh? I may have to sell my collection of endangered animal skins. Is that amount needed every year?
Yes.
That's not very fair to important people like me with country houses to look after. It sounds like the amount they give every week to benefit scroungers.
Well, that's the amount that non-EU citizens need to get their temporary visa.
Temporary? I demand a permanent visa.
For the first 5 years, you're classed as a temporary resident. Then you can apply for it to be permanent. Until then, you need to have enough savings or passive income to survive on.
I can always do some odd jobs for my royal contacts to tide me over.
Sorry, you're not allowed to work on the non-lucrative visa.
Ah, you say that, but my friend Sebastian, stout fellow, he was showing me how to make invisible money using my computer. Said it wasn't like working at all. That's what I'll do.
No, that's still working.
Ah, but how would they know?
They'd see your bank statements when you renew your visa.
Not if it's in Switzerland.
They have their ways, Colonel.
Sneaky foreigners. That's not the British way.
I'm not so sure about that.
Bah! So there's nothing I can do?
If you've not got enough finances, then no.
There must be a way. Lots of common plebs have moved to Spain.
Before Brexit, loads of Brits did, but they were all EU citizens then. It was easier.
So no one's moving anymore?
Actually, there are still plenty of Brits applying for visas. They just need to be a bit better at planning ahead with their finances since Brexit. People from America and Canada and Australia and lots of other non-EU countries have been doing it for years.
Do you know, I think I'll move to America, the new world.
You'll need a visa for that.
Balderdash.
Sorry, it is what it is.
A lot of good you are.
Actually, you got a lot of good information there.
Didn't do me any good, did it?
Maybe. You learned a lot. And that's valuable.
I'm not paying you.
You could buymeacoffee.com or become a patron. There are links in the video description.
You didn't tell me we were in a video. Do I get a fee?
I'll think about it.
That would be a first.
Cheeky. So, do you know what to do now to move to Spain?
Win the lottery?
Well, that's one way, but I would carry on watching the videos on this channel, or if you'd prefer to read about it, go to our website.
YouTooSpain.com.
That's right, and join the mailing list on there for regular updates.
I'm very excited.
Really?
No.
Oh well, there's no pleasing some people.
Are you finished now? I've got pigeons to shout at.
Don't you have any more questions?
Questions are for idiots.
Then you must have plenty.
What?
Nothing. You and the watchers can ask in the comments below on YouTube.
I'd prefer to ask the experts.
You can do that on the live shows on Saturday mornings.
No, that's when I go out hunting pandas.
One more thing.
What?
Peace and love.
Bah!
Let's dance.